He got me. He got me. I couldn't recover from it. I'm over here like, you know. So much business.
So much business. That's what you get with PDK.
There's so much business.
So much business.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
This room is nice because there's no echo.
Well, that's kind of the nice thing, right? We're here in our brand new marketing studio. This is the first time that we've ever done a podcast in here. For those of you guys who have been watching the Big Access podcast, we've been doing it in our old studio. We actually, PDK has been growing, been expanding, so we actually had to move into a new space. And as part of that new space, we've been building a whole new marketing studio that's got like 5 different backgrounds in it. And so this is the Big Access podcast background, and I'm really excited about how it's all turned out. We're not done yet. There is going to be still a vinyl logo that's going to be up behind us. We do have some other sound tiles, decorative sound tiles that's going to be in there. It's going to be cool. So I think they're coming to put up the vinyl sometime this week, and then we should be able to put up the rest of it. But
cool.
All right. Anyways, Dallin, I've learned a little bit more about you this week. You've got a lot of conspiracies, man.
I do. And they're not theories. I like to talk about them. Is this better, Jordan? You want me to tilt my head forward like this? Okay, I'm getting directions. So this is how I'm going to be for the whole podcast right here. He wants me to put it in my mouth, but I'm not going to do that.
Joys of a first time.
I'm just going to put it closer. Is that better? Okay. I will not put it in my mouth, so you need to stop.
That's good.
Okay. It's crazy.
Conspiracies, Dallin.
He
is a professional,
and
but he doesn't act like one. That is for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. There's just a lot of conspiracies out there that are going on right now. One probably foremost is we never went to the moon. Don't try to tell me that we did. Don't try to tell me that we went to the moon.
See, I don't think I'm on board with you on that one, but I am definitely on board with you on the mattress stores. Dude, I've been on this boat for a long time.
Yeah.
Mattress stores are 100% a money laundering front for the cartels, right?
There's no such thing as a mattress store. I went in there and tried to buy one, and like the newest mattress they had was 5 years old.
It's just been sitting there forever.
Yeah. I went in there. The guy who works there is like, didn't even know how to operate the register or anything, take a payment.
Well, I mean, we're pretty close to a bunch of mattress stores over here, and I legitimately have never seen another car or another person going into these stores. But yet they keep popping up all over the place. It is 100% money laundering.
When you're starting a business or 6 businesses, for example, you're like, let's put all of our mattress stores, 6 of them, in the business district at the Silicon Slopes. That way, most consumers won't be able to see the stores. That doesn't make any business sense to me.
I mean, it does if you are the cartel.
If you are the cartel, and please blur my face out on this from now on. Like I can't be on record talking about this, but there's something going on with these mattress stores. Okay, and you know it. Everybody listening, you're like, yeah, I'm sure I know somebody who went in and bought one. You don't. Nobody bought one.
I mean, the last mattress I bought. So let's see, what is it? The average human being is supposed to buy a new mattress every 8 years. And so I bought mine when we moved into our new house 5 years ago, and I bought it online. I would say that's a big way to do them now, is just getting those mattress in a box.
Who's not buying their mattress at Costco? Online or Costco? You're not going into the business district of Draper, Utah, deep to find a little mattress store hidden behind Maverick.
I wonder what would happen if we cut up some of these mattresses or like looked under the displays. Do you think that maybe these mattress stores are like that golden generation that's just hiding money under the beds?
That would be hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised. They tried to charge me $10,000 for a mattress, and when you like cut it open, there's $10,000 in there, so the mattress is actually free.
Oh, there you go.
Free mattress. You're going to cut this to make sense, right? All of this.
This is quite the tangent that we're starting this episode with, but we'll let you guys go ahead and interpret your own theories out there. Or in Dallin's opinions, they're not theories, they're just conspiracies. Yeah. But anyways, guys, welcome on into the Big Access podcast. Like we told you, we are here in our brand new marketing studio. Very excited about that. And hopefully this will turn out like a good episode. That is the hope. But today we've got Dallin Labrum here. He's our VP of Sales and Support. You guys know him from a lot of our videos, a lot of our live broadcasts. Dallin and I do them together. He's been on this podcast a couple of times, and we're really excited to have him come back on today. Hopefully he's not in his Michael Scott character. If you haven't been doing so, make sure you go out on our YouTube channel and watch our office videos where Dallin gives his best Michael Scott impersonations. They're pretty awesome, really fun. And
shout out to the marketing team. They do an incredible job with those videos. I'm just myself in those videos, and then they cut it to make it all work. It's amazing.
Well, I hope that our listeners are getting really excited. The next office episode does involve Prison Dallin.
Prison Dallin.
So that's going to be a good time.
I shared a cell with Prison Mike. I'll tell you about it sometime.
I can't wait to find out why you went to prison.
Yeah.
I know the answer because I was there when we wrote it.
You're going to be even more surprised to find out what the actual scariest part of prison is. And it's not what you're thinking.
It's not what I think? Okay.
It's the Dementors.
Don't drop the credential.
Don't drop the credential. Don't drop the credential.
Anyways, Dallin, thanks for coming on with us today. Today we're going to actually talk a little bit more about a little bit more of a serious topic than that is really important for our dealers or for our partners and for their businesses in an economic state.
Yeah.
Right. And so today we're going to be talking all about how to be nimble with your security business in a time of economic ups and downs.
Yeah.
So kind of a little bit more unique aspect of the Big Access podcast. Normally we talk about pro data key features or access control features in general, but today it's definitely about running your business, which I think is a really important thing.
Yeah, it's hugely important. We're in an interesting and unique viewpoint at PDK because we work with all sorts of different security integrators, from small ones to really, really big ones. And the ones that we respect the most, and the ones that we're probably going to we're not going to name them, obviously, but we're going to talk about the things that they do right, that help them navigate those ups and downs, because there's a lot of cyclicality in the security industry, and we see a lot these companies who go through times of plenty, and they keep hiring salespeople and techs, and then as soon as they hit a little bit of a downturn or things slow down, they let them all go. Yeah. And then when they get all that business going again, it's hard to find and replace all those techs and salespeople. So I want to talk a little bit with Brock about, just some of the best practices that businesses can do to be able to maintain a high quality, healthy business through all the ups and downs that come your way in the security industry.
Yeah, well, and when we were going over this a little bit earlier, I really liked the 3 different talking points that we were able to put together for what businesses can do to make sure that they are prepared and ready for the roller coaster that can be the economy. Right? There's obviously, we've seen times like recessions. We've seen times where people have thrived. Right now is a really weird economic time, right? There's a lot of ups and there's a lot of downs in this economy currently. And so I feel like this is a really good topic for us to be able to talk about and be able to help our customers out with understanding really what they need to be doing. And the first one is sales.
It is.
Right?
It's sales. That's where the money comes from. The interesting thing is this: in times of plenty, and I do sales consultations and trainings for our partners. I also do them on the side. The interesting thing is when times are good, businesses and even people don't really think it's a huge deal to do sales training or to have somebody come and consult them or train them. But I'll tell you what, when things start to go down, when the economy slows down a little bit, my phone rings off the hook with people desperate to catch up with the behaviors and techniques that are necessary for you to have success even through the downtimes.
Well, one thing that we were saying earlier was that when times are good, anybody can be a good salesperson, right? Because oftentimes in that situations, products are selling themselves. The need to burn through government funds helps sell things. And it takes out, while salesmanship is still there, it's a lot easier to close a deal then, right? But when it is hard, when economic times are harder, that's when really the people who have the best salesmanship thrive.
Yep. If you've got your attitude, behaviors, and techniques where they need to be, honestly, the economy's really never been a hindrance to those types of salespeople. And so, it's funny, you see people doing well during times of plenty, but then when things kind of hit a wall, all of a sudden salespeople are blaming the economy. The truth of the matter is having proper techniques in sales, whether it's prospecting, your interaction techniques, things like that. If you've got those down, you'll be able to generate and close business no matter what's going on out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about that training side of things, because I think that's going to be a beneficial thing for our partners, is making sure that their sales guys are trained and ready to be able to react and to be really be the best sales guys that they can be while they are out there. So first and foremost, sales training.
Yeah.
How do they go about doing that?
So first off, we've got a wonderful LMS for technical and sales tip training. We also have a bi-weekly sales training that is going to be replaced eventually with our amazing LMS that the marketing team's creating.
Cat's out of the bag.
But getting regular training instituted and expected with your sales team, it does a lot, because the biggest thing that I hear from people, why aren't you doing sales training? We're too busy. So in those times when things are so good, you put off sales training of your sales team. Then when you hit a little bit of a slow time, all of a sudden you have an untrained sales team.
Yeah.
That's a tough situation to be in. And it is more costly, especially you're going to feel it a lot more as a business if you wait to that point to properly train your sales team and get them ready for that, more scarce market.
Yeah, I think that's really important that you said there's make sure that you're doing it now, because by the time that an economic downturn might come, at that point, it's probably too late.
Yeah.
So make sure that you guys are going out there and taking the necessary precautions at this moment to be prepped. Get your sales guys trained so that they can be efficient now and later. So I think that's really important. You mentioned our LMS, our online training platform. So we do have our technical training that is all done online, on demand, at your own pace, all from accesscontrol101.com. That's one of our other websites that we own that helps train people. So that's really beneficial. You mentioned our bi-weekly sales training course that we do. Yeah. We currently do that in a webinar training. It's live. That course is designed to help you guys learn how to improve your sales tactics, but then also learn a little bit more about PDK and learn how to sell PDK and access control in general. So it's a great course. But you did tease something that we as a marketing team have been working on pretty in-depth right now, and that is replacing that with the same type of training platform that we have with the technical training course. Yeah. So right now we've got a few lessons that are completed, and I know for a fact that Jace, my designer, or my art director, shout out to you, Jace. He is working on a lesson as we speak right now. That's all about the different types of access control. So pretty excited about that. We should hopefully have that course all lined up and ready for you guys very soon. So that's going to be cool. Another really important thing to be focusing on, kind of our second point, is recurring monthly revenue.
Yeah.
Why is recurring monthly revenue good in both economic ups and downs?
Yeah. So recurring revenue has been the savior for some companies, especially companies who have a good sales team, have a good install team, have a totally good team that they want to keep, but they hit a little bit of a downturn in the market, right? Recurring revenue allows you to be stabilized during those downturns, especially if you're hitting just a little bit of a slump. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. If you have recurring revenue coming into your business and you're building up during the times of plenty, then during the times when things are more scarce, your business is going to be much more stable. You're going to be able to hang on to those techs, be able to hang on to those salespeople during that time, and that's not going to leave you scrambling for when things start to recover. We heard that from tons of partners during the COVID that we just went through. Is there was a lot of uncertainty, there was some scarcity of work in some areas where there was tons in others, and then it switched. The companies who had a solid foundation of recurring revenue coming into their business were able to take deep breaths and make really good, non-anxious decisions for their business, which is the healthy way to do it.
Yeah. Well, and if you do run into a situation where there is an economic downturn, I think RMR is a good way to help motivate your current sales team to kind of change their focus as well, right? Change their focus from being a hardware first type mentality to being a software as a service type mentality. Yeah,
I believe in that 100%. I think eventually all sales teams should move to some sort of way to add recurring value to their customers. That's the data is clear that you're going to have the best relationship with your end user customers. You're going to be offering the best products. And I always say, never try to sell a recurring fee without adding recurring value. that's what PDK is all about.
I think that's solid. That's exactly
giving
right.
our dealers recurring value that they can offer to their customers and keep those relationships going.
Well, and it's another thing too that I think a lot of installation partners that are out there doing sales, they're always trying to move on to the next job, the next job, the next job. Well, RMR helps you to maintain that relationship with your existing customers. You never have to really, while it's always good to go and find that next job, that doesn't need to be a huge priority, because you can always look to develop, use those relationships that you've already built to help better, I guess, create a better system for them.
Yeah.
And SaaS is a good way to do that.
Yeah, I mean, just like your company's growing and PDK is growing, a lot of your customers and our mutual customers' companies are growing as well. So the same solution that worked for them 18 months ago, 12 months ago, it may not be big enough, may not be robust enough for them now. So those are great opportunities to reach out to your customers that you have a recurring revenue relationship with and continually add value, continually grow with them. Don't allow someone else's salesperson to come into your customer and partner and sell them on something that you were either too afraid, not trained up enough, or just didn't think to sell them.
Yeah. The third and final point that we put forward on our kind of our guide to economic success is marketing.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely not least, even though it's last.
Yes, that is. I like that.
Yeah.
Marketing, we really feel, is very important.
Yeah.
And you've seen that at PDK as we've taken a good investment in our marketing team to make sure that we are, developing really good, high quality content, and a lot of it, because we want to make sure that all of the knowledge and information is out there. So it's really important for us. But that's another thing that is really important for our installation partners to recognize as well, is that it is really important to make sure that you are visible, that you are in front of your customers at all times. And there's a number of different ways that you can do that. If you're trying to generate new leads, that could be through social media advertising, that could be through going to little conventions or trade shows that are tailored towards a specific market. For example, it could be education. Going to these education K-12 security shows is always cool. But then there's also going to be other things, creating these email blasts to notify your existing customers of things that might be, maybe new features that are available on some of the softwares that they are subscribing to. You could always send out those e-blasts to your customers, letting them know about a new feature that's on their Pro Data Key system, right? If you're using mobile credentials, that credential self-help feature is really cool and something that you could easily put together a quick social media post on, or a quick email, and send that out to each one of your customers, letting them know what's going on or what is now available. So then that way that can help you guys to be able to maybe increase your SaaS revenue.
Yeah. And I'll be the first one to attest that, like, our marketing team is second to none. We're able to do so much, and it has been a huge value add to the sales team. We're able to rely on that, where they make so much material for us to be able to hand out. And again, I think that PDK utilizes social media as good as anyone else in this industry, if not better than anyone else. It's still hugely underutilized. And to you as an integrator or dealer partner, I mean, you have a great opportunity with social media to get out there and start
Absolutely.
pounding the pavement. It's free to post on there. Obviously, you have to pay someone to create content, but this is a good way to get visibility into the security industry, especially in your geographical area. I guarantee you will see work coming in as you just post. Find a way to integrate what you're doing as a job in the security industry to your posts.
Yeah.
Have one of your techs that has a great personality, or one of your salespeople just do a daily thing and throw it out there.
Absolutely.
It can mean a lot. And then as you get better and more visibility, you can start polishing it up.
Well, and I think the first thing, if you're just starting to get into social media, one of the most important things is making sure that you are at least taking time to do a different kind of post daily. Making sure that you are doing that is going to be a quick way for the algorithms to recognize that you are an active account, and they want to promote active accounts more frequently than inactive accounts. So do make sure that you are doing that. But Dallin, thank you so much for the compliments there. I have a fantastic team. Shout out to everybody on the marketing team. You guys are
PDK
awesome.
Marketing.
So yeah, that's all, other great things there. We do have some great resources that the marketing team has put together for you guys as partners as well. You can find all of those from our website. If you go to prodatakey.com and you go in that main menu, you're going to see the section that's titled Partners, and then you'll find partner resources in there. Go in there. You're going to find all sorts of cool things like, our partner program, project registrations. But one of the cool things, too, that I think that not a lot of dealers are well aware of is our dealer media kit. And in there's a whole bunch of different I guess there's product photography, there's logos, there's graphics that you can use to be able to help market yourself a little bit better.
Case studies.
Case studies are in there. Another cool thing, too, that we've just started doing for partners is those who do complete that sales training that we were talking about earlier. We are then creating co-branded end-user sales material for you guys. All you have to do is complete that sales training. We go about recreating your logo, throwing it on that graphic, and we send this out to you. It'll come from one of our partner success managers or one of the regional sales directors, whoever is your sales contact. They'll be able to get this right to you and be set, and then you can use it to help start closing additional deals.
Yeah, I love that. And if you're confused or you don't know where to start as far as implementing sales training, kind of really expanding on your recurring revenue, just reach out to someone in the PDK sales team. Everybody on the PDK sales team is trained and ready to help you. We can get a training schedule set up with you. We can help point you in the right direction for materials. We want you guys to succeed, and we want you to succeed with everything that you're doing in your access control, cameras, everything, sensory equipment. And so having a good sales training schedule and process is just going to make your company honestly infallible.
I completely agree with that. Well, Dallin, we are just about out of time on this week's episode of the Big Access Podcast, but really want to thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I do have one other quick question for you.
Okay.
What is worse than ants in your pants?
Oh, geez.
Uncles. Anyways, hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to it, leave it a 5-star rating, and let us know if there's anything in particular that you are looking to learn. Thank you guys again so much for tuning into the Big Access Podcast. We'll see you next week.